Okay, I'm standing inside my new enclosed porch small wood shop. That's what I'm going to use this room for. So my first project I want to do is build a workbench to go in here. Right now I have my saw set up here. Conveniently works that if you're up against the wall and you open the window, saw sticks out the window, should keep the dust down. Works pretty good for now. I'm going to definitely have a workbench in here of some kind, but I have to build a raised garden planter box for a present for somebody. So I have over here, this is all this Black Locust that I had milled up about a year ago. So this is really good, it's rot resistant, it's perfect for this project. So I'm going to go through here and start chopping this stuff up into usable lengths and then get to building. Okay, it's positioned upside down right now, but I cut my cross rails, you know, top and bottom cross rail and side rails. The overall width I'm shooting for here from the outside to the outside is going to be 24 or 48 rather, lengthwise, and then 24 on the narrow side. So let's see where we're at. I think that's what I was looking for. Yep, so 24 is going to be the width for the depth, and then the height of the thing is going to be about 32 inches. Figuring it'll allow room for the plants to grow. All right, let me keep on going. I'm going to get these positioned in their places. The cross rails, I just bought one of those Craig jigs. I'm going to try that for this project. Never tried it before, but I hear good things, so I'm going to give it a shot. This project I'm building, I don't really have any plans for it. Kind of just had some ideas in my head, and I'm building as I go. So I'm kind of working on the fly. This Craig jig, first time using it, it actually works pretty good. It's not really designed for true dimension lumber, which is its actual true 2 inches by 3 inches. So the screws are a little short, but they still grabbed. I did add some glue just in case to make sure that it'll be a strong bond. With everything all ties together anyway, so the screws really aren't going to be holding in much weight at all. Definitely a nice little tool to have around. Okay, I have it flipped up now, figuring out how deep the planter box should be. What I ended up with, I believe it was about 15 inches deep. I read most plants only need about 10 inches, but I figured having a little extra won't hurt anything, so I made them a little bit longer. So total from the top to the bottom of the planter box, it's 15 inches deep. All the framework's done. Basically the whole box is done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get some landscape fabric and line the bottom so it can wick through. And I think I'm going to put some plastic or something up the sides, wrap up over the top, and then I cut these boards here these will be capping, so you won't see, you won't see any of this cut edge. It'll protect it, so I think it'll really pull it together. But that's it so far. It came out good. It's really heavy, I probably overbuilt it, but it is what it is. This is what I had cut, so this is what we got. Again, it's Black Locust, which is one of the more dense woods, and I think it'll last a long time. Okay, I just took the sander, kind of knocked down all the edges. I want the rough sawn look to still remain, so I just lightly went over everything just so there's no sharp or splinters. I'm coming up with a plan for the inside. So there are little gaps in between here. I suspect the wood will swell though. When when I put it together it was tight. I suspect when it gets wet it will swell. But what I'm thinking is I left intentional gaps on the bottom for drainage. I have weed fabric that I'm going to line the inside with. But just as a thought, I think, so I don't have water bleeding through on the sides, I really only want the water to bleed through the bottom. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take, I have some leftover house wrap plastic, and I'm just going to line just the vertical part of the inside with the plastic and then go over everything with the weed fabric, just so it gives it a little bit better look. The other thing I'm going to do just on the outside, because since food's going to be grown in here, what I got is this butcher block conditioner. It's made out of mineral wax, or mineral oil and natural waxes. It's food grade. So I'm going to put a little bit of this on the bottom here just to help preserve the wood. This is Black Locust, which is a very rot resistant wood. I'm not too concerned, but this extra $10, it's going to make it stay nicer. So I'm going to do the entire outside with this, and like I said, I'm going to do the bottom and a little bit on the inside, but then we're going to line it with plastic. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, just finished cleaning up. Project, I would say, was a great success. It came out awesome. I did, like I showed you earlier, I did the butcher block conditioner oil with the wax in it for a finish. Really brought out the natural beauty. This was Black Locust that I milled about a year ago. There's a video of on my channel of doing that. So it's all built now. I added a trellis on the back so that plants that can grow up, some beans or something will grow up this trellis. And what I did was I made this part removable. It's just bolted on with 4 lag bolts. This way, if the person decides they don't want the trellis on there anymore, we can easily unbolt it. And it's also for moving. This thing came out pretty heavy. I know it doesn't look like much, but this is all solid. These are true 4x4. Probably weighs about, I'm guessing, 200 pounds. I'm going to have to get some friends help move it. But overall, very happy with how it all came out. I did a little bit of sanding, but I left some of the rough sawn marks so you can kind of see that it's still, this was a rough sawn piece, and it was a tree a year ago, and now it will live on as a planter box. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.